tell you something.
True.
This is Mount Ungrateful, the list of the most ungrateful wives of all time. These women are married to rich, successful, powerful men, but rather be single and for the goddamn streets. The men they married to have tried everything in their power to make them women happy, but they fail. And now these women just get on these goddamn podcasts and expose their entanglements. They expose their husband weaknesses. They speak on how they never wanted to be married with children. They move on to men that resemble the T-Move version of the man they just was with. Number one on my list of Mount Ungrateful is Michelle Obama. Just a few years ago, she went viral for saying for 10 years she couldn't stand her husband. And that's disrespectful. She also said marriage has seasons. But how you get on the internet and say some shit like that but you can't stand Barack Obama, the first black U.S. president, and not just that, he a Nobel Peace Prize winner. How can you say that when you was the first lady of the goddamn U.S. for 8 straight years? The first, I'm talking about the HBIC. Yeah, for 8 straight years, you talking about you couldn't stand your husband? How you say that? Y'all know they say Michelle is really Michael, he really a man. And it might be true, but what's crazy is she more famous than her goddamn husband. She probably was the only woman that could have won that goddamn seat against Donald. But when she spoke on her marriage, talking about if for 10 years she couldn't stand her husband, how you married to somebody for 10 years and can't stand them? That sparked divorce rumors all over the internet about their marriage. And then even Barack Obama had to say something about that. He said he was in deep deficit after his presidency because he was trying to dig himself out with date nights. Seemed like Michelle was unsupportive and toxic for Mr. President. And that's why Michelle Obama, Michael Obama, whatever his goddamn name is number one on my Mount Ungrateful wives list. Number 2, Remy Ma. Papoose held Remy Ma down through a 6-year prison bid. Visits, support, the whole goddamn night. Watch them badass kids, even the goddamn son that ain't here, he was watching this goddamn jit. And her son that ain't even from him ain't getting no trouble when he was watching them while she was in prison. He got in trouble after she got released. Remy Ma publicly praised Papoose loyalty when she came home in 2014. But fast forward, just years later, Remy Ma outside at rap battles, standing next to a T-Move Papoose. She was caught in 4K with a rapper named Easy the Block Captain. And at the time, her and Papoose relationship was on the rocks. She moved on from the same man that held her down and her kids down while she was in prison. And ain't show no remorse or no regrets. But karma spent the block on goddamn Remy. Her son caught a murder charge and now facing life in prison. Then Papoose moved on to one of the best female boxers of this generation, Clarissa Shields. That's when Remy Ma got in her feelings and started reaching on the goddamn internet. But she ain't reached too goddamn far. Cause that goddamn pit bull, Clarissa Shields, she don't play no goddamn games. Remy Ma is definitely one of the most ungrateful wives of all time. How you move on to an Alibaba Express? Papoose. Y'all know Easy the Block Captain look just like Papoose, but he look like the T-Move bird. This shit ain't right. She number 2 on my Mount Ungrateful list. Number 3, Jada Pinkett Smith. She sat down on that red table talk and called it an entanglement with August Alsina during their separation with Will Smith. The whole world watched. And I believe she the reason that August Alsina turned into a goddamn rainbow skittle. She groomed him. But more importantly, she embarrassed Will Smith, her husband. Then came the Oscar slap, and Will Smith caught a 10-year ban from all Academy events. Now she messing with her man money, messing with how her husband eat. And I believe Jada Pinkett paid for Tupac ashes so she could play with her shower head and goddamn when Will Smith can't get it up. Cause it's not a year go by that she not posted her love for Tupac Shakur all over the internet. She post Tupac more than she posts her living husband. She post Tupac more than she posts her own kids from her husband. Will Smith got to be crying in that goddamn car. I know they sleep in separate rooms, cause ain't nobody sleeping next to goddamn Jada. Ain't nobody smelling Jada juice box unless it's Tupac ashes. She is definitely in the history books as the most ungrateful wife of all time. Number 4, and my final contestant of the goddamn most ungrateful wives of all time, Mount Ungrateful, Ayesha Curry. She recently said on a podcast that she didn't plan on marriage or kids before Steph Curry. She constantly shades her husband, the best point guard that ever touched a goddamn basketball. Then let's not forget that goddamn clip when she took off her wedding ring when a shirtless goddamn dancer walked out on that goddamn TV show. She for the streets. She always look unhappy. She always look miserable with the man that all the women would do anything to be with. She look like she don't want that. Steph Curry need to wake his ass. He needs some pimping. Come talk to Uncle Nino, Steph Curry. She don't want your ass, boy. You can get any woman you want. Get away from that. Get away from that. Get away from that. She seemed like she wanted a different life. And Steph Curry forced her into being a rich housewife. It seems like she jealous that he famous and she nameless without him. She definitely one of the most ungrateful wives of all time. If Bill Gates and Warren Buffett couldn't keep their wife happy, what the hell you think you gonna do, Craig? I want you to think about all these men, these women married, have elite success, a president, an Oscar award winner, an NBA icon, a husband who rolled out a bid and sopped through her bullshit. And yet it still wasn't enough to keep these women happy. Just imagine if you Craig that work at the goddamn Popeyes and trying to keep Bonquisha that work at Walmart happy. I feel sorry for you, cause she want more than Popeye Craig. She want a nigga that work at Red Lobster. She want crab legs. You can't make an ungrateful woman happy. You can bring the moon, the stars, and whatever else you think you can bring her, and yet she still look at your ass and feel like you should have brought the damn sun and some clouds too. It's never enough. I want you to think about Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve was one with God. They had free food, free shelter, everything they could have. But Eve turned on Adam because that serpent, while Adam was in the field working, grinding, trying to make money, trying to goddamn keep crop coming, whatever, because back then it wasn't about no money. They didn't even know they were naked. That serpent had time. That old broke ass devil. He had time to get in that woman's ear. And Eve turned on Adam. She betrayed Adam. And all the time the serpent was trying to deceive her. She didn't even see it because she was so naive, thinking that I just want some more. And she got there and crucified her and her husband due to the fact she wanted more. Think about what I'm saying. It's never enough. All these women, you could get them everything they want, they still feel like they ain't got enough. If you give them money, they want power. If you get them power, they want money. If you get them money and power, they want respect. If you get them money, power, and respect, they want some goddamn flowers. You can't make these women happy. Imagine the kind of pressure these men putting on themselves to make their woman happy, knowing that they at the top of their class, and yet they wife still for the street. Anybody, a dead goddamn Tupac been dead since 96. Next year make a whole 20, 30, 40 years since Tupac been goddamn dead. This is the most ungrateful goddamn shit that I ever seen in my life. Jada, your little bald head ass need to go in there and get a haircut and go smile with Will while he go get a tape up. Y'all need to be happy with each other. Ayesha, you better appreciate Steph Curry. He done broke every goddamn record that the NBA got to offer and y'all living good. I'm talking about Michelle Obama. You helped your husband become president and you hate him for it. Man, you better wait. Remy Ma, I hope karma find your ass for the rest of your life till you're old and great. Cause you did papoose wrong. These the most ungrateful wives that I ever seen in my lifetime. Y'all comment below on somebody that need to go on this list. I'm talking about if I miss somebody, cause these the folk of this millennium. I know I done missed somebody in decades and centuries ago, and somebody probably doing you wrong right now. Comment below, tag your wife if she ungrateful. Let Uncle Nino get on her ass. I'ma get on her ass. Y'all make sure y'all like this video, share this video. Y'all make sure y'all comment below. Make sure you subscribe too.